Hi, my name is Jamie Messina. What I'm going to talk to you today about is something that is getting a lot of attention, and that of course is the employee entrepreneur mindset. The thing I want to talk to you about is really how that conversation is being used. See, a lot of the things that I have come across, that I have seen through various blogs and websites and even videos, is how people are using the employee entrepreneur mindset as a selling tactic to try to convince or sell somebody on the way that they should think or act. To me, that is completely wrong. To me, the employee entrepreneur mindset conversation should be used to enlighten people and to educate them with the different ways of thinking, not to sell them. See, to me, not everybody is set out to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. And conversely, not everybody wants to be an employee. Both have to exist though, because if it wasn't for the thousands upon thousands of employees out there, the businesses that the entrepreneurs started wouldn't exist. So no, this is more about talking about what you need to look at if you want to make a shift from an employee to an entrepreneur. Today I just read an article about this employee entrepreneur mindset, and in the article the author spoke about how being an entrepreneur is something that you are born to do. That, you know, for some people who may be an employee for a while and then make the shift over, really it's a matter of their latent skill being awoken, if you will, and they then see the way that they want to go. To me, that couldn't be farther from the truth. See, being an entrepreneur isn't something you're born with. Yes, it does take some instincts. Yes, it does take some personal characteristics, but it's not something that you are born with. And how do I know this? Because I'm living proof. I used to be an engineer in the automotive industry, and it wasn't until I became dissatisfied with my situation that I myself went through the shift. That's why I feel that I can talk about this very freely and very openly, because personally I had the exact same thing happen to me. Was I born with it? No. And how do I know that? Because when I wanted to make the shift, I realized I didn't have the first clue as what it meant to be an entrepreneur. I didn't know what skills I needed. I didn't know what I had to do. I didn't know how to even do it. But what I had was that burning desire to change, to get different results from what I was getting previously. So I knew from that desire that I would be successful. Now, if you have that same desire, fantastic. And congratulations that you're taking the time to look at a video such as this, because you know that you're ready for change. What I want to share with you right now are 5 things that you need to ask yourself, 5 things that you need to be honest with yourself about. To ask yourself, is this really what I want to do? Do I want to go from being an employee to being an entrepreneur? You ask yourself these 5 things, and the answers you get will then help you along the path. So, let's look at the 5 things that you need to look at to know if you want to make the shift from employee to entrepreneur. Factor number 1, your current level of satisfaction. This will be the very first thing that you will have to look at. How badly do you want to change? From that, you will be able to get a clearer picture on the items that need to be changed. Are they situational based? Things like work-related issues, or a certain situation that you want to get out of? Or are they more systemic and all-encompassing? That is, things like no time freedom, always a lack of money. This may take some soul searching, but when done properly, you will be able to pinpoint what needs to be changed. It may also uncover other items that you took for granted that could either help or hinder you getting what you want. From this, you'll be able to form and understand your why. This is essential for you and your happiness, as your why will lead you along the right path. The effort that you put into this will be rewarding for you and pay huge dividends along your path. When you truly understand your why, you will get that clearer picture if being an entrepreneur is the right thing for you. The reasons for your change, whether they are situational or systemic, as well as your desire, may only require a job change and not a full shift in the way that you are thinking and earning your money. It could save you a lot of time, money, and grief by completing this task properly and seeing that being an entrepreneur is not the way for you to go. If, however, when you have completed this task and developed your why, and you feel even stronger about becoming an entrepreneur, it will make you unstoppable. Factor number 2, your personality. This is not about being an introvert versus an extrovert. This is more your risk tolerance. What types of risks are you willing to take? Are you the kind of person that is okay with looking at yourself in the mirror and knowing that you and only you are responsible for your success? To be disciplined enough to do the tasks that are required every single day to build your business? Are you motivated by more than just money? While most successful entrepreneurs are very wealthy, very few of them, if any, start because they are simply motivated by earning more money. Remember, money is not a good motivator and will not work. As an entrepreneur, your first few months may not generate a lot of money, and if money is the only motivator, the lack of it coming in may get you discouraged and quickly start to doubt your resolve. The number one entrepreneur killer is self-doubt, and that leads to people quitting. Factor number 3, planning. Being an entrepreneur requires you to obviously plan and run your business venture, but what a lot of people forget to pay attention to is their personal life. This is where your planning becomes paramount. You have to be able to run your new venture, and yes, it will take up the majority of your time when you first start, but also you have to balance it with your personal commitments, as they're not going to stop just because you started a new business venture. If you think that your new business venture will not have any effect on your life now, think again. Something is wrong. New businesses don't just start themselves, and the amount of work you have to put in is extremely high at the beginning. If you aren't putting the time in and doing the work before you know it, your business is not growing, it's not producing, and the business venture that you so desperately wanted to start is not successful. This makes your time of the essence, and you have to be able to work with your loved ones to create the proper balance. To know that there will be sacrifices made in order to get the business off the ground, and then as the months go by and you get more and more efficient with your business, maybe even hire a few employees, your time is not so crunched, and then you can start to see the fruits of your labor and enjoy more time with your family than with your business. Factor number 4, financing. Yes, this is always a must. You need to have this in order to start your business venture. Now, how much financing is required? Well, that depends on the type of business that you are looking to get started in. It could be anything from a few $100s to start a home-based network marketing business part-time, to a few $100,000 to start a franchise, or an unknown amount to bring a new product or service to market. Whatever the business venture may be, you will have to know and understand what the amount your business venture will need to be financed so that you can put together your plan of action before you even get started. There will always be surprises along the way, but having a proper financing plan and the financing to go along with it will minimize those surprises and allow you to see your successes sooner. Factor number 5, implementation. So now that factors 1 through 4 are in order and ready, the last step is to get going, to start, to take that first step, crawl outside your comfort zone, walk into the world of being an entrepreneur, and run at full speed and never, ever quit. That's right. That's one of the secrets. That's one of the reasons why the very first thing that I always ask people who tell me they want to be entrepreneurs is, how bad do you want it? Followed by, are you willing to make the commitment to yourself to never quit? Their level of commitment to themselves will pay off when they hit their inevitable speed bumps and roadblocks along their journey to success. All metaphors aside though, it is very empowering knowing that you are never going to quit. Instead of using another metaphor, I'm going to use an example of what level of commitment you need to be a successful entrepreneur. That level of commitment is very similar to the dedication a parent has for their children. You know, those 2 a.m. feedings followed by being woken up at 3 a.m. because someone got sick, or spending all night with them by their side until a fever breaks without ever thinking, I quit. Somebody else can do this. This isn't for me. Think about that level of commitment that's required to be a parent, and I apologize if you don't have kids, but you can see that's the same type of commitment you need to be a successful entrepreneur. So there you have it. There's the 5 questions that you need to start with to ask yourself and be honest with yourself to see if this is the right process for you. Do you want to go from being an employee to being an entrepreneur? If I can give you any advice from my personal experience, is this. When you ask yourself those questions, first be honest. It's okay if you feel scared. It's okay if you feel uncomfortable. That uncomfortable feeling is really just you having to step outside of what you're used to and growing. You're going to be learning new things, doing amazing things, and that feeling of uncomfortable, that feeling of fear will all subside, and you will start to see that the choices you made were right for you, and they're right for you because you started this process off on the right foot and were honest with yourself. I would be more than happy to sit down with you and share a lot more with you on a one-on-one basis, and even to give you more of my personal story, but the end result being to help you along your journey. Feel free to contact me through either my website, my Facebook fan page, my YouTube channel, or even my blog. Be more than happy to sit down with you. Once again, my name is Jamie Messina. You have your dreams, you have your lifestyle. Do they match? If not, we can help. Talk to you soon.